Hello everyone, welcome to the next session of this training. In this session, we will be discussing about cross-system business process. For example, it may be the case that in your company, your HR system is separated from the other systems. That since the HR is quite sensitive, could be the reason that you wanted to keep it separate, and maybe the HR is managed centrally in the multinational environment. All other logistics information is managed in a different systems because of different regions. And Europe you have a separate system, and for Asia Pacific you have a separate system. Could be like that. And for HR you have a central system where everything is merged centrally. This could be a reason, or otherwise for security reason you kept the HR system separately. However, let's assume that you kept the HR system separately because of some security reason. To run the business or to run the accounting system for employees, you need the actual system because your payment process will be done by your account payable for the employees. So you need to interact with the actual SAP system in order to reconcile your entire business process. So we have two different systems which needs to be integrated together to run a specific business process, which is called employee payment. Let's assume this could be a business scenario. So here what happens is RFC function is there. It's just a remote call function in order to connect to different system. However, how do we integrate two business processes? For this reason, we have ALE, application link enable. The using application link enable, you can create a business process which is distributed, or we can create an application which is distributed in different system. The basic concept behind ALE, that application link enable, is to ensure the operations of distributed but till it is integrated in single landscape. Okay, the system can be distributed but the business process are integrated in a single landscape. This maybe involves many synchronized communication or asynchronous communication without central database. Okay, that is the concept behind ALE. That means the business process is same, but it distributed in different SAP systems. In order to configure ALE, you need to have RFC connections, and you need to create logical systems. That you can do it in your configuration. If you go to, there are several steps involved in this. Let's go to our SAP system. You go to SALE. So first thing is you need to create a user in the target system, same like what we did for our RFC. Since you will also use the RFC connections here, then you need to create a logical system. Okay, the logical system is like if you go to SCC4, this is the client setting. We will come to client copy and client maintenance later. Let's go to SCC4 and check what is the logical system means. So basically a logical system is a system name where you can create, and you can also assign to a specific client, and you can, the same logical system, you can use it for connecting ALE in order to keep the systems together. In SCC4, if you select the client and say display, you can see logical system. Okay, first what we need to do is we need to create the logical system first. For that we need to go to the transaction code SALE. So we don't have any values here. Let's go to SALE /n SALE. Here you go to basic setting, go to logical system, and define a logical system. It says it's a cross-client customizing because early configuration affects all the clients. Okay, even though it's a customizing, it's a cross-client customizing. Here we need to create a new entry. Maybe let's say ECC CLNT 001. Let's say this is a logical system name. Let's say here ECC system client 001 ALE connection. Okay, we gave some names. Let's say save it. This is again a customizing because we have the automatic recording. We need to create a transport request for this change. So let's say ALE setup for demo. When you are doing actual TR creation in the actual scenario, you need to use a proper naming convention. That's the best way to do it. As a basis consultant, maybe you do not have a process in place in the initial stage in the SAP systems, so you need to always have a proper naming convention that you need to standardize the TRs. So best way is let's say you start with the module, let's say basis, then you give some project name or something. Let's say we are doing training is our project name. Underscore, now it's a test. Then what we are doing, ALE setup for client 001. Okay, then say save, then it will create a TR number, then select. Okay, now this particular change is saved. Once you create the ALE, the next step is we need to define the logical system. Okay, then you go back, assign logical system to client. Select here the same one we came here. So let's say double click. Now if you select, you can see the logical system which we have created. Okay, assign to the client. Now save it. Now it's assigned. Okay, now we need to create a RFC connection. The RFC connection also should be the same name as the logical system name. Okay, it should be the same name as this name what we have assigned now. Okay, then we need to create a RFC user assigned to this particular RFC connection. Okay, it can be a connection which may be calling in. Okay, let's say from ECQ you are sending an ALE to ECC, then we will create the same name in ECQ and use the RFC connection to call ECC. So like that, vice versa, we will create RFC connections and the logical systems to assign to the specific ALE. After this one, for distribution model in ALE, there is different transaction code which is available, which is generally created by the developer or a EDI admin. We can say for creating distribution model there is a transaction code which is called BD64. In BD64 you can create distribution models, and like here you can see model views. Here you can create different distribution model. Let's say if you say HRFI scenario, then you need to create a distribution model and you need to distribute it to the different system, then the different system will recognize it. Then after that you would create this one, then you will go to WE21. This is actually not part of basis, I'm trying to show you the screen so that you are aware of how the ALE works and what are all the transaction code related to this. Okay, so once you create the distribution model, next step will be to create a port to send this RFC. That means which will be created here. You can see here port, different ports. Then you will create a port here, whether it's a transactional RFC or a CPIC or an XML file. Like this, you will create a port. Once it's created, then you will create a partner profile. Which partner you are going to send it. That is the transaction code called WE20, where you can create a partner profile. Here we will create the partner profile. We have a couple of steps how to do this one. However, it will be done by different team. As I said, the development team or EDI team who will do this one. However, the basis consultant, you can also do it. It's not quite complicated. But if you don't know the steps, there are a couple of steps involved. If you go to SEN, this sen.sap.com, where I can show you. If you go to sen.sap.com, here ALE configuration steps are very clearly given. If you go here and search ALE configuration, it has 7 different steps. You can follow the steps and create this ALE configuration if it is necessary for you. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. This is about ALE application link enabled, but it's a separate topic altogether that you need to master in this one if you really want to be an ALE master. If you really want to specialize in this particular section. With this, we are coming to the end of the session. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you in the next session. Bye bye.